Have you ever caught yourself wondering whether you're doing better or worse than everyone else when it comes to money? Maybe you've had those nights where you're lying awake thinking about your bank balance, questioning if people your age have more saved than you do. Or maybe you're scrolling through social media, seeing vacations, new cars, and big purchases, and you can't help but think, how are they affording all this? Well, today we're pulling back the curtain on the financial reality of the average person, and I promise you, some of these numbers will genuinely surprise you. Some might make you feel better about where you stand. Others might hit like a wake-up call. But by the end of this video, you'll have a clear, honest picture of where you stand financially compared to everyone else. My name is Mr. Invest, and I help people understand money, personal finance, and how to build real wealth. If you want to get your finances under control and maybe even get ahead, consider subscribing. And if this video helps you, hit the like button. Before we dive into the numbers, let me ask you something. When you think about the average person financially, what do you picture? Someone who has everything under control, steadily building wealth? Or someone living paycheck to paycheck, just hoping things work out? The truth is, most of us don't actually know what normal looks like when it comes to money. We make assumptions based on what we see, but reality is often very different. And here's why this matters. This isn't just about curiosity, it's about making better decisions with your own money. Think about it. If you were trying to get in shape, you'd want to know what average looks like. If you were improving your grades, you'd want to know where you stand. Money works the same way. Once you understand where you stand, you can make smarter choices about spending, saving, and investing. Let's start with something that affects everyone. Income. When you get your paycheck, are you earning more or less than the typical worker? The median full-time worker earns just over $1,000 per week, about $52,000 per year before taxes. And remember, median means right in the middle, half earn more, half earn less. That's roughly $26 per hour. But here's the catch. That's before taxes. Once you factor in federal taxes, state taxes, Social Security, and Medicare, that number drops fast. Depending on where you live, you might actually take home around $35,000 to $40,000. Suddenly, it doesn't feel like that much, does it? But income is only one piece of the puzzle. What really matters is what people do with that money. And this is where things get interesting, and honestly, a bit concerning. Let's talk about retirement savings. The median retirement savings is about $65,000. But here's the shocking part. Around 25% of people have nothing saved. Zero. That means 1 out of every 4 people you meet is relying entirely on Social Security. Now, for those who do have savings, it varies a lot by age. Under 25, less than $2,000. Ages 25 to 34, around $14,000. Age 65 plus, about $88,000. At first, $88,000 might sound decent, but let's put it in perspective. Using the 4% rule, that gives you about $3,500 per year. That's less than $300 per month. Ask yourself honestly, could you live on that? Probably not. Now, let's talk about Social Security, since so many people depend on it. The average benefit is about $1,550 per month, roughly $18,600 per year. It helps, but it's not enough for most people to live comfortably. That's why some people plan as if they'll get nothing and treat any benefit as a bonus. Now, let's shift to something that impacts your daily life: spending. The average household spends about $5,577 per month, around $67,000 per year. That means just to break even, a household needs to bring in at least that much after taxes. Here's where that money goes. Housing, about $1,885 per month. Food, around $691 per month. Transportation, about $913 per month. Just housing and transportation alone already eat up nearly $2,700 per month. And we haven't even talked about anything else yet. Next up, credit scores. The average credit score is $715, which is considered good. That means many people are doing at least a few things right. But don't be fooled. Plenty of people are still struggling with poor credit and high interest rates. Now, let's address the big one: credit card debt. The average household carries over $9,000 in credit card debt, and with interest rates around 20%, that's about $1,800 per year just in interest. Money that could have been invested is instead going to lenders. Now, let's talk about something more important than all of this combined: net worth. Net worth equals what you own minus what you owe. The median net worth is about $122,000, but again, it varies by age. Under 35, under $14,000. 35 to 44, $91,000. 45 to 54, $168,000. 55 to 64, $212,000. 65 to 74, $266,000. These numbers might seem high, but they're actually achievable with consistency and discipline. Now, here's a surprising one: savings rate. The average person saves about 6% of their income. That's it. But most experts recommend saving at least 10 to 15% for retirement alone. And finally, retirement age. The average retirement age is 61, but most people don't get full Social Security until 67. So there's a gap, and many people aren't financially prepared for it. And here's the real question: if you retire at 61, how will you fund the next 25 years of your life? So, what does all of this mean? It means the average financial path isn't working very well. But here's the good news: once you understand what average looks like, it becomes surprisingly easy to beat it. You don't need to be rich. You just need to be slightly better than average in a few key areas. Save more than 6%, avoid credit card debt, spend less than you earn, invest consistently. That's it. Do that over time and the results compound massively. At the end of the day, these numbers reveal something important. People say they want financial security, but their actions don't match that goal. Now you know what normal looks like. The question is, do you want to be normal, or do you want to do better? Because these statistics don't define your future. They just show you what happens if you follow the crowd. The choice is yours.